It's almost time for the All Blacks to come and tour here in South Africa. They will be playing 4 test matches against the world champs, the Springboks, and in this video we will be looking at the greatest rivalry tour. What's up guys, and welcome back to the Breakdown Show, where we talk all things rugby. In just a couple of days we will have the greatest rivalry tour beginning, and guys, I am so excited for it. We've got some good test matches to look forward to. The Springboks and the All Blacks will go against each other in 4 tough test matches. It's gonna be exciting and it's gonna be thrilling. I can't wait for it. And we've also got some games that All Blacks will play against our South African provincial teams, which I'm also looking forward to. And obviously when we look at these games, the first one is on the 7th of August, and they will play the Stormers in that first game in Cape Town, and this should be an absolute blockbuster. I can't wait to see which team John Dobson will choose for that clash against the All Blacks. Obviously, I don't think the All Blacks and Dave Rennie is gonna go with their strongest team for that match, but it's still gonna be a thrilling game of rugby to watch, and I can't wait for it. Then guys, the next game that the All Blacks will be playing will be on the 11th of August, and it will be against the Mighty Sharks at the Shark Tank at Kings Park in Durban, and I can't wait for it. It's gonna be a thriller as well. I do think it's gonna be a running game as well. We will see lots of tries as well, and I do think a guy like Dave Rennie, he will still experiment with his squad against the Sharks. And it's gonna be interesting to see if a guy like Mananu will be playing against his fellow countrymen. Obviously, we've heard the news that he will be joining the Sharks. I don't know when he will be coming to the Sharks, if he will be in that game as a player or as a mentor for that game against his fellow countrymen, the All Blacks. But it's gonna be interesting to see. But guys, it's gonna be a thriller at Kings Park. Then guys, 4 days later, on the 15th of August, the All Blacks will be travelling to the Highveld, where they have caused lots of upsets in the past before against the Springboks. Obviously, the All Blacks, they love coming down to Ellis Park and Loftus Versfeld. They usually score many tries as well in those games, and it's gonna be a difficult one for the Bulls in that match against the All Blacks. I don't see Dave Rennie going with his strongest team as well in this one. But obviously I do think Dave Rennie will go with his strongest team against the Springboks when he plays the 4 test matches against the Springboks. But it's going to be a difficult one for the Bulls at Loftus Versfeld. The first big test match will be on the 22nd of August, and the Springboks will be playing their first test match of the greatest rivalry tour against the mighty All Blacks at Ellis Park. We all know what happened there in 1995. In that World Cup final. It's iconic matches that has been played there in the past, and I can't wait for this one. It's gonna be a thriller at Ellis Park, at Emirates Airline Park as it's called these days. But guys, I can't wait for it. The All Blacks, I do think they will go with their strongest team in this one, obviously the Springboks and Rassie Erasmus. It's gonna be interesting who he will go with in this first test match against the All Blacks. I do think it's gonna be a close game. Obviously, the All Blacks has caused upsets in the past at Ellis Park, and it's not gonna be a walkover for the Springboks, the world champs, and it's gonna be an exciting match to watch. The Lions will be the final provincial team that the All Blacks will be going up against in this tour, this greatest rivalry tour. And guys, I do think it's gonna be an uphill battle for a team like the Lions, and Ivan van Rooyen and his team. They will have to spark in this game because the All Blacks is gonna come for them in this one. And just a couple of days before this game, the All Blacks would have gone against the Springboks in that first test match at the same venue at Ellis Park. And I do think it's gonna be a difficult match for the Lions, but it's still gonna be a rugby game, and I can't wait to see it. The last 3 games of this tour is the test matches that I'm looking forward to the most in this greatest rivalry tour, and I do think that is where we will see who will come out on top. Obviously, it's not gonna be a walkover for a team like the Springboks. The All Blacks, they have been looking very good in the first 3 rounds of the Nations Championship, especially in that last one against Ireland. They had a close one against France, but they also beat a team like Italy, a dominated victory for them in that one as well. But guys, I can't wait for it, and obviously that last test match will be played in the US, in the United States, in America, and obviously that game will be played at Maryland, at Baltimore, and that's gonna be an interesting game as well. That last test match, it could decide who wins this greatest rivalry tour, but I can't wait for it. Guys, let me know in the comments, what do you make of the greatest rivalry tour between the Springboks and the All Blacks, and who will take it at the end? I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments down below. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.